tropical breezes, lilting island rhythms, and graceful hulas. It's the spirit of Aloha. But the tropical paradise isn't Hawaii, it's Florida. And the spirit of Aloha is evident here, especially in one remarkable woman. Brandt. She's a singer, dancer, teacher, and most of all, a mentor. Hawaiians revere the knowledge of their elders, and Kaui certainly has it to dispense. She has lived in Orlando since the 70s, but her spirit is pure Hawaiian, and she has dedicated her life to sharing her culture.
Yes, I love that part of it. It's because it's pretty, and it's really people are interested about Hawaii.
In just about every larger city in Florida, students of all races and ages are learning about the hula, and Kaui is willing to help them all. Kaui's circle of friends is always growing and includes more and more Hawaiians who have moved to the mainland.
I think they really are better off here. I mean, Hawaii is paradise, but the economy at home is very bad, and the tourist industry is down, and most of my friends have to have 2 or 3 jobs in order to survive.
More Hawaiians live on the mainland than in Hawaii. The vast majority moved to California. Still, the 2000 census revealed that more than 12,000 Native Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders live in Florida. And Kaui has always opened her heart and her home to Hawaiians moving to the state and to anyone willing to learn. In 2003, the state gave Kaui a Florida Folk Heritage Award, which honors residents whose lifelong devotion to the folk arts has enriched the state's cultural legacy. Kaui, followed by dozens of her friends, traveled to Tallahassee to accept the award. During the ceremony, she was adorned with so many handmade leis they were up to her chin. In Hawaii, this is a symbol of honor.
I felt like I was graduating from high school, because when you graduate at home, you know, the leis go up and up and up. And yeah, that was wonderful. That was really wonderful.
Hank Ohumukini Jr. is one who sees Kaui as a gift to Florida. He recommended her for the Folk Heritage Award. Hank refers to Kaui as auntie, as do so many of her friends. It's a Hawaiian expression of fondness and respect bestowed on someone who is a grandmother.
Auntie Kaui is an icon to the Hawaiian people, and probably to the people of Florida.
Hank should know this former Hawaiian school teacher can sing, play the ukulele, and is one of only 4 master Hawaiian craftsmen.
I do most of it for free, because it's my culture. I want to teach everybody so they have a real understanding, not the tourist understanding of our culture, but the real understanding of our culture.
For this, he was given a Florida Cultural Heritage Award before recommending that Kaui also be a recipient.
After I received my award, I felt that Auntie Kaui, being an icon here, should be recognized as an old-timer.
Even before receiving recognition from the state, Kaui, like Hank, was widely known by Hawaiians living in Florida and by those attempting to learn more about the culture.
Auntie Kaui and I are both designated kupunas, but a kupuna is a person who's over 60-year-old and who shares the culture of Hawaii.
Auntie Kaui is the most senior kupuna that we have, but not only that, she emulates what we call Aloha spirit. And that spirit is very endearing, very nurturing. She's like the mother of us all here in Central Florida. She keeps us all in line like a good mother. But she teaches us what's important and what's not.
It wasn't until the 1800s that Hawaii had a written language. Prior to that time, language, history, culture, and stories were passed down orally in the form of meles and olis, that is, sung poetry and chant. So while the meles and olis were the books, the the hula was the illustration.
The hula is a song in motion. It tells a story. If you watch the hands will tell you a story.
The dance went underground in the early 1800s when missionaries arrived in the island, introduced Christianity, and had the hula banned as heathen. But King David Kalakaua revived the hula in the late 1800s and led the move to modernize it with new dance themes, costumes, and instruments. In the 1960s, with the advent of modern jet travel,
The tourism industry blossomed in Hawaii, and the hula became a part of pop culture.
thus the modern hula, called Awana, evolved even further away from the ancient style called kahiko.
The hula kahiko is the source, the kumu, the source, the root of it. Then the more modern ones that are sung in Hawaiian with modern instrumentation, they just tell a different type of story. And I think the hapa haole kind numbers, the ones that are sung in English, might be Hukilao or Blue Hawaii, that's also a real important part of their history. That's when mainlanders started really recognizing it because they could understand it.
Hula must be danced to lyrics. The hands tell the story while the lower body moves through rhythmic patterns of basic steps.
We have a lot of modern stuff now where you put an ancient step into a modern kind of a hula, but still the meaning has to be there. I mean, if I'm going to say flowers, I'm not going to do rain. Or, you know, if I'm going to say ocean, I'm not going to do trees. You have to make sure you have the right words.
Howie's knowledge comes from decades of study. Life experience. She was born on the island of Oahu, not far from Pearl Harbor.
In Pearl City, at home, came out screaming so loud, louder than the lightning, and that's why my grandmother gave me my name, Thundering Voice of Heaven. That's me.
A voice that still resonates with her students and friends.
Every place else, there's like a main school building that has a bell. Well, Auntie's bell is her voice.
Yeah.
All she has to do is get on the telephone, call someone, and people come running. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that if you're up in the mountain or down by the ocean, hear that bell, they come running.
Howie grew up in Hawaii, even witnessing the bombing of Pearl Harbor. All in all, she says living in the islands was wonderful and laughed about having to walk 2 miles to attend hula class.
In those days, like they do ballet here in TAP, where you go, we start when you're young. That's what we did for hula classes.
She later moved to the Big Island and taught dance in Hilo, but her classes didn't feature the hula. Instead, she focused on a dance from an island chain much further to the south.
At that time, I loved Tahitian, so it was Tahitian that I started to teach. Hilo at that time was a very Catholic town, and they felt Tahitian was very vulgar, so lost money for about 6 months, decided to teach the little children, and then it's cute. And so it was good. From there we started to progress, yeah.
Howie also danced professionally at the International Marketplace in Waikiki.
It was a neat schedule. We get up at 6 in the morning, go surfing, come at 10 o'clock, do a rehearsal for an hour, and then go out in the green sward area, show them how to do crafts from 11 to 12, go back surfing, come back at 7 o'clock and do the 3 nighttime shows, and it starts all over again. It's wonderful life. Wonderful.
While there, she became the featured vocalist on the album Polynesian Potpourri, recorded in 1962. The album was known throughout the island and is still popular among dancers even here on the mainland. Howie moved from Hawaii in the early 70s when she and her fellow dancers were given a short-term contract to perform at Disneyland in California.
It's strange, you know, when you're in Hawaii, they always say once you leave Hawaii, you never go back. I thought, oh, no, that's not going to happen. We're just going to go to California for 3 months and be back.
But shortly after moving to California, the group was asked to go to Disney World for the opening of Orlando's Polynesian Resort, where Howie still works today. At the resort, the dancers were given royal treatment.
They had a lifeguard holding an umbrella. I said, please, I need the sun, you know. But we want to take, no, I love the sun.
While still performing for Disney, Howie opened her own dance studio before branching out to other states.
In '79, I went up to Michigan
to teach. I have a friend up there that has a studio, and I'm still going there. I teach teachers, and it's like on a one-on-one basis, and they tell me what they want to learn.
And Cowie has a lot to teach. She is well-versed in costuming and craft and can do dances from the various Polynesian islands, many of which she learned and performed at the international marketplace.
She still dances Tahitian, which is a very vigorous dance, and she also dances Hawaiian quite a bit.
My forte is Hawaiian. I can write chants. I can make hulas. I can make ancient style, modern style. But my forte is Hawaiian. We're aunties. Aunties is all of Polynesia. She may have a strength in Hawaiian or Tahitian, but she can teach it all.
From Tongan to Tahitian, from Samoan to the Hula and the Maori dances of New Zealand, teach she does. On Wednesday nights, a ladies' class. On Saturday, 3 kids lessons at the Polynesian resort. There, Kavehi Punahele teaches the first half of class and Cowie the second. And on the third Saturday of every month, Cowie coordinates a ho'olaulea, or friendly gathering at the resort. So experts in Hawaiian craft, dance, and culture can share their experience with visitors.
Palau is a school of learning where we not only learn how to dance, but learn how to chant, learn our Hawaiian language, learn the manao or the stories behind each hula.
Cowie helped to spearhead a now non-profit organization often called the Huey.
Our organization is Huina Aikane o Hawaii. Aikane, in the very, very original terms, means even if you are not part of the family, you're not related by blood, you're hanai by that family as if you were a member of that family. And that's the concept of Huina Aikane o Hawaii, and we invite everybody, no matter what race, color, creed they're from.
This is also a value of Cowie, one that many people, Hawaiian and non-Hawaiian alike, appreciate.
I don't think there's a bit of difference in her heart and in her mind, whether you're white, Japanese, Hawaiian, whatever. All that matters is the level of your interest.
Karina DeRico owns a school of dance in St. Petersburg. While Karina travels back and forth to the island and studies extensively on her own, she appreciates the knowledge that Cowie has to share.
She has a magical memory. When you ask her something, at first she may stop a minute, but boy, in a couple of minutes she just comes back and she's got all the information. Dancing wasn't my forte when I was a kid. It didn't hit me till I was about 15. And I saw Auntie Kali. And that's when the dancing bug hit me.
Cowie has done more than teach Kamai to dance. Cowie, playing matchmaker, introduced Kamai to Kavehi, a fellow dancer. The two were married and now together attend workshops, teach, and share what they know about Hawaii. For Kamai, much of her knowledge comes from Cowie.
And with Kali, no, she wants you to make sure you do it right.
Like this workshop sponsored by Huey and featuring Nalani Kanaka Ole, one of Hawaii's most famous and respected hulas, or master of Hawaiian culture, history, folklore, and dance. She, along with some of her relatives, traveled to Orlando to teach hulas that have been in her family for hundreds of years.
Like the Kanaka Ole said, you have our permission to teach this. Try to teach it the right way. You know, that's the only way we can teach it. Like that chant we learned was, 300 years old? It was wonderful. And she wanted the same way they did 300 years ago.
And for that reason, Cowie wasn't always lenient with her students.
She would have us do something over and over and over again to the point where you hurt. But she's like, you know why I do that? Because I know you guys can do it, and you're not. So whenever she would discipline, it was done with love.
In order to preserve the hula, Cowie encourages her students to perform and teach others the dances that she has learned or choreographed.
She supports us, and no matter what it is, if you wanted to go dance with someone else, she'd say, go. Because, not all the resources are just with me. You go to someone else, you can learn something new.
And everyone who I spoke to about Cowie commented on her endless energy.
Auntie Kali's in her 70s now, and she moves better than some of us.
We just sit there and go, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she's running circles around us.
And all say they haven't ever heard Cowie speak ill of anyone.
That's what's very pono about her, very righteous about her, is because she conducts herself as a very decent human being.
Howie does her best to keep her culture alive on the East Coast, but so often her thoughts turn toward the West.
I'm sure you get nostalgic for the island.
Oh, yes, definitely. Watch a lot of television. Hawaii 5-0. Still watch the reruns. Get up at 4 in the morning, watch the rerun. Oh, I know her, I know him, you know, that kind of thing.
But while her roots may be in Hawaii, the rest of her is firmly in Florida.
Kumulau in Hawaiian is the tree that spreads its branches. And just as a tree would, Auntie Kau'i has influenced countless generations of families in this neighborhood, in this Orlando, Tampa, Daytona, Jacksonville area. Her roots has spread all the way out, even up to Michigan. So because of that, I always refer to her as our Kumulau, as our tree.
Despite the melting pot nature of Hawaii, the hula has remained largely unaffected by other dance traditions. Hawaiian legend refers to the hula as a gift to the people of Hawaii from the gods, and a gift from Hawaiians to the rest of the world. And many consider Kauai to be a gift to Florida. We're glad you've been our dance partner for this edition of Florida Crossroads, and we hope you'll join us next time.